Hey, what's up, guys? Good evening. Welcome to week 10. That's insane. It's already week 10. I can't believe it. It's already been 9 complete weeks, guys. I'm really excited. First of all, last week, crazy week, a lot of big matchups. But most importantly, guys, was look at the standings. We've never had a league this close, this late, with literally anyone can make a run right now. You're looking at the worst team in the league, record-wise, being Eric and Mike, and they're only 2 to 3 games back. That's unheard of. Usually by this time there's somebody that's like, fuck it, terrible, usually like 1-8, something like that, 2-7. Guys, and usually there's always a team that's like 7-1. Or 8-1. So, I mean, guys, I'm really excited about how close the league is. It's going to make it far more interesting for everyone, all 10 of us down the stretch, to watch every matchup. It's important who else is playing. So, I'm really excited about that. But nonetheless, let's hop right into Week 9 matchups. We saw a lot of close ones, a couple blowouts, and a couple games that were really, really decided some divisions and really shook some shit up. So, looking at it, guys, Nico, I hate you. You beat me by 1 fucking point, 90-89. This matchup came down to Sunday night, the last drive. Witten against Falcons defense, Nico had both, and I had Miles Austin, and man, it was insane. Like, you can always say in those 1-point matchups, like, what if? Like, if Percy Harvin didn't fumble the ball, I'd have won. If Eli Manning wouldn't suck so much dick and give me only 3 points, yeah. I mean, looking at it, guys, Nico could have blew me out of the water had he started, Cam Newton or Michael LaShore, for example. Guys, it was just one of those matchups, very close. Nico was indeed led by Matt Forte with a solid 20 against Tennessee. I was led by Adrian Peterson, beasting with 31. But other than that, guys, I mean, my team really let me down. So, I mean, both of us now in that nasty 4-way gangbang for first place in the AFC, me, Nico, Ashley, and Javi. And speaking of Ashley, we got her matchup against her husband, Brock. This was another big matchup because, guys, if you look at it, Brock is now on his way to the 8-5 special of winning the title. He is now 4-5 after beating Ashley, who fell into like I said, that first place little conundrum in the AFC, and now Brock, 1 game back. It's insane. That division's hella close. Looking at it, Ashley only had 2 people scoring double digits, that being Andrew Luck and the Bears defense, only giving her 74. Everybody else, I mean, she had her bye week. She had pretty much everybody. Maurice Jones-Drew's been out. She's missing Frank Gore on the bye. Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. So, this isn't a way to microscope her team. Looking at Brock, he got pretty solid outputs from everybody. Deshaun Jackson came up with 16. Got a couple bad outings on Matt Bradshaw, Santana Moss, but Brock did make a trade. Got Andrew Luck, keeper league lookout, and got rid of Calvin Johnson. So, he's still got a pretty solid team. Looking to make a move, and we'll see what he can do down the stretch. Going on to Balls Deep versus Discount Double Check. Joe pulled out the victory, 96-80. Joe was led by his team, Aaron Rodgers with 25. Also, Randall Cobb continues to amaze at 17. Looking at Javi, led by Peyton Manning with 19. LaShawn McCoy, that number 1 running back spot, he's not getting what he hoped. But LaShawn McCoy's been looking pretty good as of late. Got him 12 there. So, Javi now part of that tie for first at 5-4. Joe making a solid comeback. He's at 4-5. He's only 2 games back in the NFC out of first. Going on to Mike against Jared. Jared really put it on Mike in this one. That trade is looking worse and worse for Brock with the Chris Johnson for Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall put up 30. 3 touchdowns in that game. He just looked unreal against that terrible Titans defense. So, I had a couple 20 spots from Marshawn Lynch and Isaac Redman. Mike was led by Michael Turner with 16, Drew Brees and unlike himself, 15, and Victor Cruz only had 6. Mike got a little hurt by the bye, not really, but Mike's team, doesn't look like he's going to make a big push toward the end. He's sitting at 3-6. I don't see him really making a big push in the NFC. Jared now sitting by himself at second in the NFC at 5-4. And on to the another big matchup that, you know, could have changed some things. You never know. Eric now winning 2 games in a row, pulling out the 147-93 victory. You know, Jeff did enough here to win in a couple matchups. You know, if you look, the quote-unquote wide receiver factory, as I'm sure you guys have been getting text about, the wide receiver factory did put up quite a bit. But, yeah, Doug Martin, you know, is pretty good. Had one of the best fantasy performances ever. 251 yards, 4 touchdowns. And that's just rushing. He had a couple receiving as well. He had 51 points. You know, that's... I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. I think we know who Eric's going to be keeping. Obviously, one of them. But Eric, you know, another solid outing from Chargers defense, too, at 26. You know, you look at Jeff had Eric Decker continues to amaze, had 21, and newly acquired A.J. Green at 15 for Jeff. So Jeff now 6-3, still sole possession of first place in the NFC. Eric tied for 4th in the NFC. Like I said, guys, no one's out of this. Not at all. No one is out of the playoff race. Don't think you are. You know, and with that kind of being said, everything being involved, and wanting everyone involved, guys, I'd like the league activity to pick up a little bit. You know, it's always the same people on here. You know, we try and get some conversation going, you know, with just random topics. So I just really want people checking in at least once a week, commenting once a week, throwing some shit up there. You know, just kind of staying in the loop with the league. I'd like a little bit more activity, that's all. So, I mean, that's all I gotta say. So just please. I'm still missing money from one owner. He knows who he is. So just get that to me ASAP so we can get that figured out. Also, you know, we got, with it getting closer to the end of the season, you know, most points will obviously end at the season. Same with best record. Playoffs don't count. So that's getting close, guys. Like I said, we're 3 weeks away. Oh, what is it, 4 weeks? I don't fucking know. Anyway, so yeah, we'll get all that set in stone before we really touch on the playoffs. Playoffs, I saw there was a little discussion today in the text. Playoffs, our official fantasy will be completely over. Week 15 is the last week. Playoffs start week 14, second round being week 15, 16 and 17 don't matter. Reason being, guys, is if we do the 2-week playoff matchup, week 16 and 17, say you have a stud, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Roddy White. Say that team is undefeated going into week 14 and 15, or I'm sorry, 16 and 17. They're probably going to sit, or they're going to play a quarter. So we eliminate that and make playoffs only 14 and 15, 1 week, you know, just in case the players are going to sit. It's not really fair that your one guy dominates all year, and then come playoffs when you need him the most, has to sit. So that's why we kind of shorten the season up, only go 13 weeks in the regular season, and then obviously 2 weeks, 2 weeks for the playoffs. So if you guys have any questions on that, comment. But it's been in the rules, and I'm glad we did it this year, and last year as well. It just hurt us the year before that. But we will have all the money and the payouts and everything posted too. So real quick, guys, I know I'm about halfway through my video. I'm going to go ahead and hop into the Week 10 matchups, as these ones are possibly even bigger than Week 9's. Looking at it, guys, we got a lot of inter-division matchups, which weigh heavy on certain owners. We got me against Joe. Joe really hurt by the bye this week, but he's actually not in bad shape when you look at it. He's got some pretty solid matchups with Ray Rice against Oakland. He will probably own Oakland. You know, he's still waiting for that real big, just solid breakout performance. You know, Joe's been waiting on Ray Rice for that. But, yeah, he got hurt this week with the bye, having, I believe, Aaron Rodgers and his whole Packer crew, which is fine. Keep those motherfuckers out. You know, I'm really hurting losing Percy Harvin, but like I said, this matchup's going to be real close, guys, as both of us need a win. So I think they got me projected 1. I'm tired of talking about projections. I'm not even going to talk about them because it's all bullshit. Mike was supposed to score 105 last week, and he got 77. So we're not talking about projections anymore. Going on to the next matchup, another big interdivision matchup, guys, is Brock against Jared. Both these teams have some pretty favorable matchups. We'll see if Brock's new recent trade acquisition is going to help him down the stretch here as he's trying to really put a stretch together to getting the one of the top 2 seeds. On to the next matchup, we have the brother-sister matchup again. This is a big matchup for both. Once again, Jeff really trying to maintain that number 1, lock it down, improve to 7-3, still hold the best record in the league. And then you got Ashley, who's in that 4-way tie that pretty much a win every week from here on out is going to be the only way to for sure lock yourself up. Now, since we're talking about 4-way ties, guys, the way that it's going to work, I believe, is head-to-head record first. So, I mean, if we have a 4-way tie, it's going to be a little bit different. Hopefully that's not the case. It's too late. I've been up all fucking day. I'm sorry. So I'm not thinking 100% right now. I don't even want to think about it. But, you know, if we do have a 4-way tie, obviously it's all head-to-head record. And then we go from there. Total points, interdivision record if we have to go that far. So let's hope there's no ties and there's just flat-out winners. But it looks like there's going to be a tie somewhere. But anyway, we got Ashley at 5-4 going up against Jeff at 6-3. Both are projected very high in this one. Both have pretty favorable matchups too, and Ashley's team's finally healthy. Maybe not mojo, but at least her team's back with Tom Brady coming off the bye. So we'll see where that gets her. We got Nico. Looks like he'll take this one pretty handedly. This might improve him to 6-4, as we have him at going up against Mike. Mike's, you know, obviously projected over 100 again. But, you know, Nico just has some really favorable matchups, and his new name, still witting the bed. Nico's probably 4th name change this year. And then we also have pretty much a must-win game here for Eric. I think if Eric drops to 4 or 3-7, he's pretty much out. He would have to put on, you know, a lot of things would have to fall into place. So some must-win for Eric, as, you know, I would hope he wins because Jabby's in that tie with me. But the projections are real close, guys. The matchups are pretty favorable for each. So pretty much, you know, guys, it's a must-win for every team from here on out. I mean, that's really all I can say. And I know that's cliche because every week's a must-win, but literally, that's what it is. I am going to go through, make sure that all the rules are set, make sure that I have all the tiebreakers correct, make sure that all the payouts are set in stone, just so that there's no problems going forward and once we hit the playoffs. You know what I mean? If you guys have any questions, please post on them. I know we really have to get together on this keeper thing. I'm going to set the date for keepers, probably have your keepers set by August 1st. Usually we're going to do the draft around late August, so like it's about 2 to 3 weeks to prepare on who's going to be out, and then I can actually set up a draft board on who's going to be available and what picks are going to be, kind of get an idea. At least I'll have somewhat of an idea, because like I said, I mean, it's going to be some homework for me and probably Brock. You know, maybe if I can get somebody else involved just to set up the board and make sure that we have the picks right. So please, guys, chime in on this. This is a big league issue. I'd like to get everything taken care of. All right, like I said, any questions, comments, please let me know. A lot of big trades before the deadline yesterday, so we got those approved. No problems there. I mean, really, guys, this is it. Now, it's now or never. You know, have fun, set those lineups, make sure we're comment on everybody else's matchups, guys. It makes it more fun for everybody else. I know I like to do it every week. Brock does, Joe does, Nico does. Let's just get a little bit more league activity. I know Jared sometimes chimes in. But, you know, go to other people's matchups. Vote. Click on who you think's going to win. I only see 2 people voting every week on the poll. So go to the other matchups. Make sure you vote. Give a little input. It's more fun when, you know, you can kind of see how you stack up and how the league thinks you stack up in that matchup. So, all right, that's it for me, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm really excited. This is going to be a great playoff run. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys, and it's going to create, you know, just that much more attention paid on the league. Usually when you have guys that are 2-7, they don't give a shit. They're like, fuck, I just pissed away my $75. It's whatever. Also, I want to start getting transaction money together. Jeff, you're my number 1 target. You have how many transactions? You have 27. You have 20 acquisitions and 7 trades. So you owe me some money. Only $17. So anybody who's over the 10 limit, start thinking about getting that money together. We'll get that set up by the end of the season, so then we can pay the best record and the most points. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Good luck this week. Everybody's a must-win. Go teams. Joe, I hope you lose. Sorry, buddy, but I need it. I know you do too. All right, guys, I love you guys. It's my favorite league. I saw the poll. You know, I saw that not everybody's having a blast. Some people voted decent. It's about a split. So hopefully there's something. If there's anything I can do, let me know. All right, guys, have a good week, and I will see you guys on Tuesday next week.